Have you ever heard the terms like DAC, MAC, RBAC, and ABAC and wondered what they stand for? Let me explain them to you. Okay, so an example of DAC, discretionary access control, is here. So when you, for example, create a folder and you directly give permission to a user or to a group, you decide what permissions to give to. For example, finance folder, you want to give access to somebody who works in finance. So for example, here we are adding Rahul. So Rahul works in finance department and we want to give him access to finance folder. Now, what level of permissions we want to give? Read permission, full permission, modify permission, that we can decide. So this type of permission is called discretionary access control. In short, DAC, role-based access control. So in role-based access control, we decide the permissions based on the role a user has, right? So the role can change time to time, right? So the permission is not directly assigned to a user, but rather to a group. And all we do is we simply add that user as a member to one of these groups. And the groups have different level of permissions based on the role, right? Attribute editor, attack simulator administrator, SharePoint admin, OneDrive admin, Exchange admin, Entra ID admin, and so on and so forth. There can be so many different type of roles. So the permission is decided based on the role a user has instead of to the user itself, right? Does it make sense? Okay, so this is what is called role-based access control. Last but not the least, ABAC, attribute-based access control. In attribute-based access control, the access is decided based on conditions like location, compliance, and risk. Conditional access in Entra ID or Azure AD is a perfect example of ABAC. An example of it. In attribute-based access control, what we can do is, let's say, if a user normally logs in from India, so we can create rules that this user can only log in from India. The moment he goes outside of India, or if his ID is used outside of the India, the access is not going to work. So that is called attribute-based access control.